House and the Senate yesterday delayed the funding debate for 2 weeks to buy time to finish tax reform, which will begin the conference process next week. 14 Republicans in the House Freedom Caucus voted no on the spending deal, though, after pushing for a longer time frame and a commitment to cuts in non-defense spending, which Democrats want to increase. The stopgap bill sets up a potential shutdown scenario just 3 days before Christmas, and Freedom Caucus Chair Mark Meadows told CNBC he doesn't see much changing.
I'm not real optimistic that the 22nd of December will provide any different kind of outcome than December 8th has provided. We've had the December 8th deadline for almost 3 months now, and yet here we are punting again.
Leaders are now working on a deal that would extend defense funding through September and all other programs through January. President Trump yesterday hosting the so-called Big Four congressional leaders to discuss how to proceed on that, bridging gaps in spending priorities and immigration. Both parties called the meeting productive. White House Press Secretary Sarah Sanders said, quote, "The President, Speaker Ryan, and Leader McConnell also stressed that negotiations on immigration should be held separately on a different track and not as part of the government funding bill." Democrats who are pushing for protections for children of undocumented immigrants said, quote, "Nothing specific has been agreed to, but discussions continue." We'll see what they agree to over the next few weeks, Andrew.
Okay, so what's your betting line, Kayla?
Well, my betting line is that I should not be taking a vacation day on December 22nd, as I had previously planned to. I mean, it seems like they are going to be taking this right up to the wire. Again, I was joking with some aides on the Hill yesterday, are you guys going to do this on the 20th, on the 21st? And they said, no, that's not how things work around here. What does appear to be coming together, at least for now, is this temporary deal to kick the can yet again through January, and on defense to fund that through September, because the worry is if North Korea were to do something erratic, or if you have another issue that comes up on the defense side, that you don't want to have uncertain expectation that there could be a potential bipartisan fix on immigration, on DACA, that comes into play by the end of the year. But it's unclear exactly how Democrats will use that as a bargaining chip.
It sounded, though, like Mark Meadows is a little impatient, and I guess you have to wonder, would the Freedom Caucus be willing to kick the can down the road once again?
Well, it's interesting that you raised that issue, Becky, because one of the things that they have been asking for throughout this process is not the 2-week bill that was put forward yesterday. They wanted something that originally went through January because they felt like Republicans were going to lose some leverage because of the proximity to Christmas and the holidays and the end of the year. They wanted something through January. Then they backed off and said, okay, just do it through the 30th. And now, obviously, they have just given to Republican leadership to do this for 2 weeks. But it's clear that they're not going to go quietly and that they have real concerns about this.